Hey everyone, it's Kyle here, and welcome to another Game of Thrones video. This one we're going to focus on Game of Thrones Season 8, and in this video we are going to discuss and break down the most recent interview from Maisie Williams discussing the Game of Thrones Season 8 filming schedule. So, Metro interviewed Maisie Williams about the upcoming animated film Early Man, and the discussion actually ended up focusing more on Game of Thrones, and here's what she had to say. Oh god, we have to shoot this now, and it's kind of an impossible challenge. It will be really difficult, and I'm glad I don't have to write the show. Because of the huge amount of pressure, Season 8 impresses upon everyone. You're constantly trying to do a better job than you did the year before. I'm currently on my way to a night shoot, which is 4 of 12 weeks of night shoots. It's just absolutely huge, the task is huge, but there's no better way to leave the show, to be honest. So it looks as if Game of Thrones is going to have a very different atmosphere in comparison to all of the previous seasons, and it does sound like Arya Stark is going to be around for a very big portion of the endgame of A Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire. Another thing that is really interesting is in my previous spoiler videos, we discussed the fact that Winterfell was on fire at the Moneyglass Studios. It was burning down to the ground. And this is more than likely the Night King with Viserion trying to destroy Winterfell, trying to get to Jon Snow and Bran and all of the other characters to eliminate his enemies. So this seems to confirm that Arya Stark, who is played by Maisie Williams, will be part of the massive sequence involving many of the main characters at Winterfell. This is really exciting, everyone. I've always wondered if what old Nan said would be true, and it looks as if we will be witnessing the long night in Game of Thrones Season 8. But since we have this information that there is going to be 12 weeks of night shooting, I thought it would be really fun to speculate and try to predict some of the things that we might be seeing now that we have this information. So the first question I want to ask everyone is this. Will Arya be doing a lot of fighting in Game of Thrones Season 8? And my personal opinion on this is absolutely. In fact, Maisie Williams stated in a different interview that she was doing fighting training, sword fighting, and stunt training. And we have to understand that Westeros is going to need as many badass fighters to help take down the Night King and the White Walkers. So I believe that we saw a glimpse of what Arya could achieve last season when she was fighting Brienne, and I really think that she's going to be an absolute badass in Game of Thrones Season 8. One thing we also have to remember is that Arya now has Valyrian steel. Remember, Bran gave her the Valyrian steel dagger, the dagger that Littlefinger gave to Bran as well. If we combine that with the fact that she was blinded in Braavos and had that training, then perhaps Arya might become one of the best fighters in the War for Dawn, as she was trained in the darkness itself. With such a long wait until Game of Thrones Season 8, I'm sure that we can overanalyze every piece of news that we get, but I think it's safe to say that Arya is going to make it until the end of the story, at least until episode 5 or 6 of Game of Thrones Season 8, and she's going to live or die by the sword, everyone. She's a warrior. She's a warrior princess, and I do think she's going to end up in Braavos. My personal prediction is that she's going to end up in Braavos as an actress with her own pack. But what do you all think? Will Arya survive the long night? Will she make it south and kill Cersei Lannister, crossing some more names off her list? And will she die fighting the White Walkers or even kill a White Walker? Let me know in the comment section what you think about this crazy Game of Thrones Season 8 news. Thanks for watching, everyone, and especially thank you to all of my amazing patrons who sponsored this video, who support this channel on Patreon, and I really appreciate everyone that has donated to the GoFundMe to help me get to Con of Thrones 2018 to do an epic vlog. If you do want to support the channel, the links will be in the description of this video for Patreon and the GoFundMe as well. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Hype and love.
Fuck the king.
How much for your little clam?